MDA update. And I guess this really depends on who you talk to. If you talk to me or Damon, I went in, with this idea that they would sit down, look at everything, and they'd be like, oh yeah, absolutely, we'll give you this shot once every 3 months and you're gonna be just fine and not a problem, and didn't go that way at all. I actually thought that their oncologist was a little bit harsher than the one I'm currently seeing now, as far as, survival and all of those things, and just really making sure I understood the gravity of everything, which, trust me, I got. I spent like the entire appointment crying, which was horrible, mainly because not only is it, metastasized to my lower back, which puts me at stage 4, right? But also it's come back on the skin now on my right side. I was hoping it was just a rash, and it's not. The cancer is just growing right underneath the skin, so it's a persistent little bugger. And it's very uncomfortable, and it feels like a really bad burn. And believe it or not, I was actually praying maybe it was shingles, or something like that. The surgeon got in there and hit a nerve and did some damage, and woohoo, it's kind of an odd thing to hope for, but that's the way it goes. So that was hard to come to terms with yesterday, because it's just one more visible thing that I can see or feel and everything else. So, I get it. I'm in for the battle, literally, of my life, and it's just been so hard again to comprehend that. I thought I had gotten it, my mind wrapped around it, and so now I'm back on one of these numbers. But pickles, no, sorry, dog's trying to eat the computer cables. But so that's all right, great. That's the way it goes. So this morning I felt better a little bit after talking to my oncologist here. I did sign up for 2 clinical research trials at MD Anderson, where they will actually start unraveling my DNA, looking for mutations. So it's great. I get like $1 million worth of genetic testing by participating in these trials. Oh, I'm gonna kill that dog. In any event, and he's still going for it. He still makes me smile though. But so I signed up for that, and they'll tear through the DNA, and hopefully they find something, and it's a match for a drug that they currently are in a trial with, and I can start getting on that then. The kicker is that they need enough tissue sample with the cancer cells. So University Hospital's trying to get over to them what they have, and they wanted me to fly back in 3 weeks to try to do a bone biopsy out of my lower back, which I'll tell you what, from the get-go I was like, because they mentioned the word drilling, and they also mentioned that they don't knock you out completely for it. So those 2 things alone made me swing pretty much, so I wanted to open out the door and just book out and just never look back. So Damon and I thought, okay, yeah, we'll move forward with it. Talked to my oncologist today, and she said that for what they can get out of bone, it's not worth the pain that you go through. They're not going to be able to collect enough, so hopefully they can get, in that there should be enough tissue still left at the University Hospital to send over to them for their needs. But even if they could, there's a decalcification process that they have to go through that can skew results. So, and a lot of times it does skew results, I guess. So now I am back to hoping that they can get enough tissue without me even trying to weigh whether or not I should do this bone sampling. But nonetheless, I am at least signed up for that genetic mutation study. They just need to get tissue with cancer cells. So hopefully that works. If not, they might be able to do some fine aspiration of the stuff that's growing right under my skin, because you can clearly see it. So, which I still can't get my mind around, you know? I mean, this sucks so bad, and I've been trying so hard. And see, here I go again. I'm like, I didn't even bring Kleenex because I didn't think I'd need it. But I have been trying so hard to keep it together now in front of Damon, because he's really starting to get worn down, right? I mean, it's a lot. And for those of you that know me well, you know I'm not fond of flying, so that in itself was a little bit rough. But I spent the time on the plane, you know, visualizing on takeoff that all my cells were falling, like my red, my white, and the cancer cells were all falling out in takeoff, but like I had a strainer that caught the red and the white and the black. All the cancer cells were left behind in Denver on takeoff, and then every time we had turbulence, which we had a lot going out there, and it was one of those, you know, a flight attendants fasten your seatbelt, which is the last thing I ever want to hear when I'm flying, you know, because it means rough turbulence. But they, I imagine that, you know, the turbulence on the plane was shaking out my cancer cells also. I know there's a lot to power of the mind, you know, but boy, it is tough when you have got, you know, doctors where, I get it, they do it a lot, and so their bedside manner isn't maybe necessarily the best because they don't want to become emotionally involved. So they give you the, yeah, I hope I can keep you alive till a cure comes along kind of spiel. And it's just tough to take. And, you know, I mean, it's just shit. I am doing everything I can think of. You know, I mean, I'm taking my super greens and all my supplements. I mean, everything. And you know, the doctor's like, you really got to get the pain under control, because that messes with my head, right? Because instead of thinking it's the Neulasta shot that boosts my white blood cell count, and that's what's causing my bone to ache, I'm thinking it's the tumor, right? So yeah. And I'm a mess anyway today because I got chemo again today. Although my blood cell counts looked awesome. My white blood cells are phenomenal. They rebounded through the roof, which was great. My platelets came right back. A little bit anemic, so got to keep an eye on that. But, you know, I'll start pumping up on my vitamin B. That gets more oxygen to me, supposedly. So that's the plan. And I'm trying to start to work out again, slowly but surely, pushing the old me aside, not jumping right in, and taking it step by step, literally every day. Which, again, to do that, I can't thank you guys enough for your support, because Mary Beth, I believe you're right. Your post, you know, the book that you're reading, 95% of it comes down to power of the mind and what you believe. And damn it, I believe I will be here to raise my voice. So I just got to keep that in the forefront in that on a more regular basis, because like I said, you go on the roller coaster where you think you got it, and then it's like, shit. Then like I said, I worry about Damon, because, you know, he's definitely taking a toll. And we had a great talk last night, and it was one of those on an airplane that really I think was a clown car, because we took a clown car back from Chicago, and it was Houston, and it was a 2-hour delay, and Damon couldn't even stand up in the plane. So I mean, it was ridiculously tight and scared me. But you know, he can't understand how I'm doing what I'm doing, and I can't understand how he's doing what he's doing. So at least I think from that perspective, we're in the right roles, right? I can never imagine being a caregiver for him, and him being this sick, and then vice versa. And I'm going to rephrase that, because I'm not going to state it as this sick, this inconvenienced. So we'll see how I do over the next couple days and what kind of side effects I get. And I'm going down, we're going to try a new healing prayer room on Saturday down in Castle Rock. We've been going up to one that's just south of Fort Collins. That's been fantastic. We've gone there a couple times, and we'll try this one down in Castle Rock. So keep the prayers coming, keep the positive thoughts coming. Like I said, I go out to Facebook and reread a lot of what you guys post when I really start to struggle, which unfortunately is still too more often than not. So Much love to you guys. And again, I'm working on sending. So many of you have emailed me individually, and I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you guys, because I really appreciate what you've written, especially the little anecdotes that some of you have put